Another major defection hits the APC as a former lawmaker, Senator Kabiru Marafa, officially resigned from the APC. He announced this speaking in Hausa where he was addressing his supporters. In his speech, he accused Tinubu and APC of betraying their members, who fought tooth and nail in making sure he emerged as the president of Nigeria. He stated that the APC is being deeply divided in Zamfara state, adding that he had had extensive consultations with party members over the past 2 days regarding APC's performance over the past 2 years. He said, and I quote, "I want to use this medium to inform my supporters in Zamfara state, North and Nigeria as a whole, that after a series of meetings with my people for about 2 days regarding the issue of politics, starting from 2 years back of the APC government, we feel it's necessary to inform the public that APC as a party has betrayed and cheated us in Zamfara state and in Nigeria." Unquote. Meanwhile, this was a man who in January 2024 was praising and eulogizing Tinubu, calling him the savior of Nigerian democracy, claiming that Tinubu saved democracy by not influencing Supreme Court's verdict over gubernatorial election dispute because it favored APC. But now that the renewed Shegibanza is touching everyone without sparing anybody, he is now changing his mouth. Well, it's good that he has woken up from his slumber, just like others who have resigned from the APC. The truth remains that Nigeria is now a turn-by-turn Federal Republic of Nigeria, because this criminality is not sparing anyone. It's definitely going to hit you whether you are in support or against this present government, because their policies are too harsh on the people. Right now, even the rich cry. So my people, let's keep allowing Tinubu and his gang of incompetent colleagues at the helm of affairs to keep pushing us into the wall, and we'll keep penetrating more until that very day that the masses, the average Nigerians, will rise up and tell them in their faces that enough is enough. Until then, let's keep enjoying this Shegibanza. Anyways, let's hear the full story of what Senator Kabiru Marafa has to say. But before that, please kindly like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, share and put on your notification bell to always be among the first to get notified with our latest updates on what is happening in our country and beyond. Do not forget to leave your own thoughts on this matter in the comment section below.
What seems like a major political development with far-reaching implications in the north for the All Progressives Congress, APC, and President Bola Tinubu, following the decision of a top politician and former federal lawmaker, Senator Kabiru Marafa, to quit the party along with steaming supporters. Now, Senator Marafa was the Zamfara state coordinator of the Tinubu-Shettima presidential campaign in 2023. He announced his resignation from the APC and those of his steaming supporters at the end of a meeting on Friday, alleging that President Bola Tinubu is, quote, a use and dump leader. Senator Marafa said despite the fact that Zamfara state was one of only 2 states in the entire northwest geopolitical zone that delivered victory to President Bola Tinubu during the 2023 presidential election, the state has been sidelined in all facets of human development, including protection of lives and properties, infrastructural development, as well as fair representation in political appointments at the federal level. Now, he says the state was given only a Minister of State portfolio, while most states in the northwest geopolitical zone got 2 slots each, describing as much more unfair the allocation given to the southwest geopolitical zone that corners the entire financial sector, with some states getting multiple ministerial slots and countless agencies. All right, joining us now from his base in Kaduna, northwest of the country, is Senator Kabiru Marafa, a former federal lawmaker who represented Zamfara Central in the 7th and 8th National Assembly. Thank you, Senator, for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, talk to us on these very strong words that you've used against President Bola Tinubu. You've said that he used and dumped you and your followers after mobilizing for his campaign and serving as his coordinator, including telling him then not to come to Zamfara, that you were going to deliver a vote for him, to which you say that you actually did deliver. And after 2 years, President Tinubu seems to have abandoned you. I mean, did you do that so that you also get an appointment, or you did that out of goodwill for the APC? And has that goodwill now been extinguished?
Thank you very much, Arise TV. Let me begin by saying, in every endeavor of life, you join it for a particular reason. I'm in politics not to enrich myself. I'm in politics to impact on the lives of my followers. And I cannot do it if I'm not involved in governance, in decision-making, and in patronage. I was in the National Assembly for 8 years. And I know what I've been able to do to my people because I was involved in governance at that level and at that time. If you give me the whole wealth of Elijah Aliko Dangote, for instance, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did to my people in that 8 years in terms of impacting on their lives. And that is the whole essence of politics as far as I'm concerned. If it is about enriching myself, I don't need to endanger my life and endanger the lives of my followers, going to nook and crannies of the Zamfara state with this endemic security issues around the place. But I did it for the sole reason of, believing in Mr. President that I know personally and for some other reasons. But most importantly is I believe if we are able to form government, Mr. President would definitely look at us and do the needful for us. Let me remind you or other people, one of the selling points, one of the key message I took to the Zamfara state, to convince them to vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was when we told him the reward system of APC in the last 8 years, that is at that time, was nothing but, it is like more of family and friends, kind of. And as a politician, as a grassroots politician, we found our people left behind. And President Tinubu, I remember, point blank told us that he was going to change the reward system of the APC if voted into office. And I took that message right, to the doorstep of my followers in Zamfara state. Now, another issue, there was an interactive session we had with him at the PCC headquarters in Abuja, that is Presidential Campaign Council. And one of the questions I had in mind, a lady, I think from Akwa Ibom, asked him, that Mr. President in waiting, one of the problems we have as politicians is this system where monkey they walk and baboon they chop. And Mr. President promptly, without
All right, so we seem to have had a technological glitch there with Senator Kabiru Marafa.
And he's going to do it. A standing ovation for him. Interactive session, I think National Assembly candidates in the PCC headquarters. He promised without mincing words that he was meaning that support that, in these two messages I took to the people of the telling them that I know the president personally. If you see us talking with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you don't need to do that. We know ourselves, and there is this connection between us that I take the message right to him and he listens to it. I thank him very much for that. Anytime he sees me, wherever we meet, he always show that that connection, that feeling of liveliness of, somebody that he believes in. Right from when we in 2019, the National Assembly politics. So these are the two issues. But unfortunately, what we are seeing is he didn't even kill the monkey, the baboons. Rather, Mr. President is fattening them. They have grown so big, so wonderfully beautiful, that people that did the job at the grassroots level. Tell you, one of the things we said, in the whole Northwest, 7 states of Northwest, it is only Zamfara State and the Jigawa State Mr. President won. He lost in Kebbi, Sokoto, he lost in Katsina, he lost in Kano, and he lost in Kaduna. But he won in profoundly. But what do we have? Today, Kano State has 2 ministerial slots, uncountable number of agencies. They are our brothers, they are our sisters, we are happy for them. The basket is so full, is so big, Mr. President can extend the same thing to us.
All right, Senator.
Now, Sokoto State has 2 ministerial slots. It has 2 ministerial slots. Countless number of agencies. What is it? What we were given is a paltry, an insulting position of Minister of State. What is the meaning of that?
Senator, if I may interrupt you. If I may interrupt you. As far as we are concerned, don't forget, the person that is given this Minister of State was he was a 12 years member of House of Representatives and 4 years governor of our state. But that is the only reward Mr. President deems us fit. But most annoying to me, Mr. President knew our situation in the Zamfara State. We had serious problems that emanated from the time of 2019 National Assembly elections. When the former president, may his soul rest in peace, pitched his tent with Ahmed Lawan against Bola Saraki. Now, we were asked as senators from Northwest that this is the president's mind is. Now, we went to, that was the first time I knew Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I didn't know him before that time. Or rather, we know ourselves from a distant position. Now, I fought the law of my state, now a sitting senator, Abdulaziz Yada Abubakar, who, after and him, we spoke, we sat in Hilton Hotel, that, Your Excellency, this is the message I got, that Mr. President, His Excellency, Muhammadu Buhari, said that we should, because at that time I was supporting Bukola Saraki, but we were called and asked that we are from Northwest, and the President is from Northwest, and that this is the thinking of the President. So we were asked to please support the position of Mr. President. We should vote for Ahmed Lawan, who was equally my friend and my colleague from... So I now told Yari, were you told as a governor that this is the position of APC, that we should support, what do you call him, Ahmed Lawan? He told me that he was told. Okay, so position. He said, Marafa, do I need to tell you the position? This is what the president is. This is what we are going to do. So we started this campaign of Mr. Ahmed Lawan. We went to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That was the first time I came into contact with him one-on-one. We now presented our candidate. This is the position of APC, we are told, and you are the APC leader. So what do you have to say about it? He told us that his own is that of His Excellency, the former governor of Benue State, Secretary to the State, that he promised to support Akumi. So he now told us that Akumi is your... Please go and settle yourselves together. Once you do that, I have no problem with that. We were running from to morning, and we were able to convince Akumi to join the train, and he agreed to be the Deputy Senate President to Mr. Ahmed Lawan. And we came back to Mr. President now, and then that, sir, we have settled with Akumi in attendance. He clapped and he was so happy, and he said, okay, he is going to support Mr. President Alhaji Muhammadu Buhari at that time. In fairness to him, people thought that he failed. This is actually... So from that time, he took the campaign and put it on his head. All right, Senator. Now, he knew exactly what happened between me and Yari. Now, at the 11th hour, when the parties go and conduct a mock between Bukola Saraki and Mr. Ahmed Lawan. No, let me finish. Let me finish this. I think it's very important for Nigerians to know. All right, Senator, let me just give you...
Yari called me in the hall at that time and said that we should abandon Ahmed Lawan and support Bukola Saraki. I hear well. You can't do that. After we have agreed, after we have gone this far, Now, at the 11th hour, you are calling me to support Bukola Saraki. Bukola Saraki is my friend, but I'm not going to do it. That was the beginning of our fight. And Mr. President, President now knew exactly, and he knew the role he played. Now, surprisingly, now we have 3 camps in Zamfara: the camp of Bello, the minister, camp of Yari, and my own camp. Conciliation. And His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu knew exactly what happened. In his maiden speech, the speech he delivered immediately as after he was declared winner of the election, he mentioned the 3 of us. Now, all these 2 groups were rewarded. Their members were accommodated. But I, as his coordinator in the Zamfara state, came to my people, but most insulting as far as I'm concerned is the security situation of my state, which I times without number.
Let's come to that issue, I mean, so that you have some time to rest.
Now, look, worst again.
Yeah, I just want you to just hold on and take your breath so that you are able to put your points very clearly. You said you are actually angered that despite your contributions as the coordinator and helping Mr. President to win his election, you've not been properly rewarded. But then some Nigerians have said that must it always be about reward? How about pressing issues in Zamfara, like the issues of insecurity and all of that? And you also accuse Mr. President of allegedly himself and his party using security operatives to actually win the Kaura Namoda election while leaving communities who are affected by banditry all to themselves. Can you expatiate on that?
That's what I'm saying. I'm coming to that point. That's what I'm saying. Now, the issues are this. Now, when this is the one and only issue I presented to Mr. President now, times without number. He gave me, the previous once as president-elect and about 3 times as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in his office. And at all meetings, I talked to him about this security situation. So we now said, after he won, give him time. Let us see what he's going to do. 2 years after, there is nothing. So I was surprised with this decision now. Election. Now, this same constituency where this election took place, now, 38 members of that community were assembled by these bandits, were abducted, assembled in one place, and asked to slaughter themselves one after the other, by themselves, slaughtering themselves like. Now, only 4 of them resisted this, and they were shot point blank at that moment. Now, nothing happened. There was no word from the federal government. There was no delegation to come and condole the people of Zamfara state. There was no palliative, nothing to the families of these victims. The same constituency. Now, about 3 weeks after, now this came up. Now we were watching. Now, at that point, that is when every Zamfara citizen knew that we have Ministry of Defense. Then we started seeing troops coming into the police presence was heavy. Now, what do you call it? Now, money investment, everything. APC stood like Iroko tree in that area with their members sleeping in the communities. Now, for them to win that election, forgetting that constituency first initially in 2023 belonged to them. They won the person that died was, and he won by even higher votes than the. But that is not the issue. Now we now started talking. So federal government has this might. So federal government can deploy these troops to this area. Now the election was inconclusive. Now 5 polling units were left, and the INEC promptly announced that the inconclusive election would hold last week Thursday. Now during that election of just 4 polling units, now a DIG of police was deployed to the area. 2 commissioners of police, in addition to the commissioner of police in Zamfara, was deployed. Now, heavy armed military men, we don't even know from where, according to his boys, they told everybody that cares to listen in Zamfara that Matawale send military men that doesn't even understand Hausa, that they are coming, the only language they understand is APC. And we saw exactly that, and the APC was delivered. Now, we now convene and ask ourselves, is this beautiful? So this is only after our votes. Now, we voted for APC. Maybe that was our crime.
We don't have enough time, actually, Senator.
Now, the reward we get from Mr. President is nothing but a pittance.
All right, Senator.
We now
very
said,
quickly,
let us give you more time.
Very quickly, Senator. Where are you defecting to now?
Yes.
Having had this situation that you have said that there's no proper reward system, you said yourself and your supporters have left the APC. Where are you defecting to at the moment?
Well, you know, me, I'm a Democrat. I always consult. I consult people. We are disappointed with the APC, frankly, and we have said our reasons why we are not happy. The Kaurana straw that broke the camel's back. If the APC government has that power, the people, the state has a lot to do. He has a lot to contribute in the security situation in the state. But everybody knows who, where the box stops. Mr. President is the commander in the police, the army, the vigilante, everybody is under Mr. President. Now, they were not deployed, you know, to protect the lives and properties. Even the home local Minister of Defense. Now, I think the only place that is safe now is Maradun itself. That is the headquarters. If he is not Minister of State today, he cannot go to Maradun. Since when he went to Maradun only two times. One was when appeal court that there will going to be like a rerun election, you know, the gubernatorial rerun election. He quickly ran back home and assembled people, you know, in case there election. Then the last
answered my question yet. So you still haven't answered my question yet. Where are you defecting to?
Yes, the question is, we are time. We are not in a hurry. We need to study the system. We have been in the trenches for 6 years now. Like I told you, right from that National Assembly debacle, that time, now we have not been able to get it right. The only time we were able to come together was during the election of Mr. President, that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The three of us, you know, were settled. We came together, but with a lot of mistrust and suspicion. We lost even the gubernatorial election. I lost my election because I was not too keen about it. I was keen about the assignment given to me to deliver Mr. President. Anyway, we lost so many seats of National Assembly. So we have been in the trenches for 6 years, and thank God, God plus us far and above, you know, our, what do you call it?
All right, Senator Marafa.
Our enemies.
I know.
Bloody nose. So now we are going to take our time. Now study the political parties, because we are not going to take a hasty decision, you know, to political party where another fight will start.
All right, Senator, just before I let you go.
Our people.
Yes. Just before I let you go, I know how very close you are to Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who is the president's wife, while you were in the Senate. I mean, I covered both of you, and I know how, you know, in one way or the other, you all had interactions. You know, can we say that you haven't had any interaction with Mr. President through that channel? And what if President Tinubu reaches out to you through other channels? Is there any room for reconciliation, or you're totally done with the APC? Very quickly before I let you go.
Thank you very much for that question. Her Excellency, the wife of the President and the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, was my colleague for 8 years. And we did well with her. And let me quickly say, like I said, campaign. I thank her so much. She has a very good heart. When I came up with a motion to support the orphans and widows of the Zamfara State, I would never forget. She was the first person that contributed 1 million naira almost instantly, followed by my Lagos State Senator Ashapa. He contributed, I think, 500,000. Her Excellency did very well. But I think some very obvious reasons, I think she is part of this problems now because of so many reasons. My support for my friend Senator Ashapa when he was denied ticket in Lagos, I felt very bad, you know, about it, and I spoke to Mr. Like I told you, we are very close with him. I called him and I talked to him. I said, sir, I'm your boy. Anywhere you call me. I remember that time I was in Akwa Uyo. He called me to Lagos and he explained things to me. And I think that didn't settle well with Her Excellency. You know, I so much appreciated what Mr. President did to me that time. You know, in Lagos, in his house, we spent more than explaining to me why he take the decision he holders of Lagos State. I sincerely, that is one of the things that makes me respect President. So, but I think Her Excellency was not happy with that. So when they won this election, I tried to call her several times, but she didn't pick. And I remember when I finally got her, the first thing she reminded me was this Ashapa issue. So, but I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, like I said, I have a lot of respect for her. We are two different people, me and her, definitely.
All right, Senator.
Even when
I'm afraid we just have
to very well for 8 years.
Yes. And we just hope that if they do extend a hand of fellowship back to you again, maybe you will rethink your decision. But you haven't told me where exactly you're going to. But it's common with politicians like you. Have you by any chance been considering maybe ADC or PDP or something like that?
No, honestly speaking, since we have announced our decision, we have received calls from almost all, extending a hand of friendship. But like I said, the most important thing for us now as a group is to go to a place where we will be accommodated, where we would all work for success, not like the APC now, where the three of us, are becoming, I don't know, it is becoming quite impossible for the three of us to work because the two of us hold something in their heart that instance kind of. So I have for 6 years, and I have won in so many fronts.
All right, Senator, I'm afraid.
Now what I am looking is where I can go and help my people, not where I would go and take my people to go and fight again. So
all right,
look at
that's actually a very best
and take decision appropriately.
That's actually a very good place to actually end this conversation. We must thank you so much, and apologies to our viewers that the line wasn't so clear at some point. But of course, it got better eventually. And we must thank you so much, Zamfara, former Zamfara Central Senator, Senator
and I
Kabiru
look forward
Marafa.
to coming to your studio.
All right.
Yes, to have a full-blown conversation.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we'll be looking forward to having you.
That's what happened.
Yes, thank you so much, and we must thank you so much immensely for joining us. That's former Zamfara Central Senator Kabiru Marafa joining us from Kaduna.